Hey all, this is Joe from Paracord Reviews, and I'm back to do the second half of the Prime Day purchase. I actually don't even remember what it was I bought, so let's get into this. Let's get into this and see what it was. So, I know it's Paracord. So it is, yes, the Extremus Paracord. This stuff is supposed to be top notch. It's made in the USA. True military spec. So let's take a look and see what we can see. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is the Extremus mil-spec paracord. If I remember correctly, I believe I bought 25 feet of this because this stuff is not cheap. It comes in the bag, as you can see, true mil-spec, 550-pound breaking strength, 7 strands, light and heat resistant, non-splice single cord length. Interesting. Pre-shrunk, I like that, and UV and mildew resistant. So this is hardcore stuff. We'll take a look. Okay, this is the green. They did not have the colors, so kind of like the some of the others, like say Tough Grid and ones like that. They're focusing more, it seems, on paracord that you could use out in the field, paracord that is for real usage. Not to say you can't do that with Paracord Planet or board paracord stuff, but this is meant for more of utilitarian, I shall say. So let's kind of just go dive right in. Feel wise, oh wow, this stuff, very nice feel. It's actually kind of soft, but not like in a silk blanket type of way, but it's definitely got a nice feel to it. It doesn't feel like, say, rough against the skin. So if you were going to make a emergency bracelet or anything like that, it doesn't feel like it would rub weird or give you any type of rash or anything like that. So it's a nice feel. It comes loosely packed. Seems like it's not, it did bend, so might have to watch for that when we're making a bracelet. But let's go ahead and verify what they say, shall we? So, first things first. Okay. It does have the individual, if you look here, you can see it has the individual strand, much like the true mill style, military style. It does have the 1, 2, 3, 7, and it looks like each of these is made up of 3. So it does, this is like a true, I don't know if it's true military grade and military spec, which would explain why there's the additional cost there. So it is real paracord. Now this says it's also heat resistant. So let's find out if it, not saying it's not going to burn, but let's find out if it's truly heat resistant. So, kind of like nylon should, it is melting, but you can see it put itself out. And it doesn't, even though I prolong try and burn it. It puts itself out. This stuff does not want to burn. So this appears to be true nylon paracord, which, you know what, if you're going to wear it, if you're going to, and you're going to be in an outdoor type of situation, this would be good. You're not going to have something that will accidentally catch fire. So that's definitely a plus. So we'll go ahead, and you can see here, it's not like it's easily even catching fire, which I kind of like. I do like that. So, okay. So we know it's real paracord. We know that it is soft. It's got a nice feel to it. We know that it is true military grade. We know it doesn't burn well. So that hits a lot of the checks on my list. But next piece is we got to make something. So be right back. Okay, something right off before I even got started. I cut and melted the other end and put it down, let it cool. And this could just be something here, but this has been sitting for a minute or two. In other paracords, when I do that, it is completely cooled off. This is actually retaining its heat. So the end here, as you can see, it's not a huge glob, but it's still retaining its heat. I don't know. I'll have to throw this out to people more intelligent than I, but I don't know if this is a sign of some type of special nylon, something to do with the heat resistance, but it's now finally to the point where it's cool to the touch. But just something you may want to watch out for if you are buying this and you decide to work on it. So stay tuned. Okay, just some early on observations as I'm working with it. This stuff is super easy to work with. It's not overly packed in here, so it's not super stiff, but at the same time, it's not overly pliable. It's not like, as I said in my last video, the Dollar General stuff, or not the Dollar Tree stuff that is extremely cheap and what have you. This stuff is just super simple to work with. It doesn't necessarily retain any previous folds. I still will take it and stretch it out along like that, but it's just really easy to work with. I will say I have not worked with a higher end paracord that is this easy. So not since maybe Tough Grid, but even then theirs seems to be a little bit stiffer. And maybe it's just a matter of this is like higher end quality. And once again, I'm not knocking Tough Grid at all. It's just this is really good stuff. So let me finish this up and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I'm done. And as I said just a couple seconds ago, this stuff is incredibly easy. It's comfortable. It's easy to work with. It's very pliable, but not overly so. It still keeps its shape. Very easy. I will say that this is great quality. You are going to pay the price though. I think I paid about $10.80 for 50 feet, and it's like $8 for 25 feet. So you're not getting as much as you would be, say, if you went with the Three Kings or any of the others. But if you're looking for a higher quality military grade construction. If you want that extra level of authenticity, that or if you just want to make sure you're using the same quality stuff as what they're using in the military, for nearly 11 bucks for 50 feet, you can get it. So I think you're going to know, based upon everything I've run into, based on everything that I've seen, this stuff is definitely 5 stars. If there was a 5-star plus, I'd give it to them. You know, here is my Tough Gear, and you can see very comparable. The and as of late, Tough Gear has been my go-to. So overall, guys, you can't go wrong with this. I would not use this to make keychains and the like. Much like I said in my last video, if you're making a survival bracelet, survival belt, if you want to have use it for a bear bag or something outdoors, maybe even if you're using it to make a chair or something of that nature, where you're trying to use it as string for a chair or something, this would probably be it. Since it's UV and mildew resistant, light and heat resistant, this would probably be more up your alley. Spend a little bit extra. So that's all for this week, all. If you have a paracord that you would suggest, please list it in the comments below. But otherwise, until next time, keep paracording. Later.